today on the history, effectiveness, and ethics of group practice and social work. My name is Kendra Cobb, and today is August 5th, and this is for the social work class 640. So first we have our agenda. We have the history, group practice, tasks versus treatment groups, the National Association of Social Work Ethics, and then key takeaways. So why group work? And so group practice provides individuals with opportunities to connect with others, learn new skills, receive emotional support. Social workers can use groups to address mental health, education, substance abuse or usage, parenting, grief, and community concerns. And so according to the article that I identified from Toslin and Rivas in 2024, groups help people realize they are not alone while encouraging empowerment and resiliency. Historical background, so early 1900s, settlement houses, mutual aid. So again, according to Toslin and Rivas 2024, modern social work groups developed during the early 20th century through settlement houses and community organizations. So early practitioners recognized that individuals often experience similar struggles and could benefit from sharing experiences and solving problems together through a mutual aid. So that historical practice example would be the group therapy, as mentioned. So one of the most influential historical group practices in therapeutic group work is the group therapy became increasingly popular during the mid-20th century because it allowed social workers to provide treatment to multiple clients while encouraging peer learning, support, and accountability. And understanding clients' needs. So yes, it's still going to be relevant for mental health, substance abuse, and in schools. So group therapy, it definitely remains widely used and implemented today's society. So it helps behavioral health agencies, schools, hospitals, research. It continues to demonstrate the positive outcomes for many populations and vulnerable communities. Why it remains effective. The group therapy, it shares that shared experience, the support, the accountability is effective for team members to learn from one another. And that is from an article that I identified from Corey in 2021. So participants receive encouragement, practice communication skills, and develop healthy coping strategies while realizing their own similar challenges. Task groups focuses on completing a specific goal rather than providing therapy. So the planning, the committees, the teams, and examples would include agencies, plannings, the teams, the interdisciplinary meetings, and community coalitions. So success is measured by accomplishing objectives, improving the organizational outcomes for the clients that are being serviced. Treatment groups are another one. The focus is on helping members improve emotional, behavioral, and interpersonal functioning so that healing, the growth, and recovery. So social workers, would facilitate treatment groups for depression, anxiety, grief, parenting, trauma, addiction, and many other clinical concerns that arise. Strengths of task groups, so the collaboration, the problem solving, the leadership skills, they improve that overall implementation and promote the decision making skills and the component of the restoration and moving forward, strengthening leadership skills as mentioned, and just the overall accomplishment for the organizational goals that apply with the clients. Limitations of task groups, so the conflict, the time, the different priorities. So there may be some experiences of disagreements, unequal participation, scheduling difficulties, and competing priorities. So effective facilitation is necessary to maintain productivity and ensure every member contributes toward the group's overall purpose. Strengths of treatment groups, so the support, the insight skills, you're building relationships, developing coping skills, receiving constructive feedback, gaining emotional support. So many participants will benefit from learning through experiences of others facing similar situations as mentioned before. And that was from the article that I identified from Corey 2021. Limitations of treatment groups, the confidentiality, participation, the readiness. Members may be hesitant to share personal information. Attendance may be vary, and individuals may differ in motivation and readiness for change, in different levels and different stages in their lives. So skilled facilitation helps overcome these barriers, and that is from the Nassau Code of Ethics. And speaking of the Nassau Code of Ethics and National Association of Social Work Code of Ethics, so the service, it speaks about service, the focus on dignity, and the implementation and focus of integrity. So it's that overall guidance that is provided through ethical decision-making and group practice, social work practice. So social workers are expected to promote client well-being, respect dignity and worth, and maintain integrity and practice within their professional competence. Ethical responsibilities, that would be confidentiality, the respect, informed consent of the clients that are being serviced. So promoting respectful communication, encouraging members to protect one another's privacy while recognizing that confidentiality cannot be absolutely guaranteed in groups. So it's very important to lead with that as a social worker is facilitating any support that or services that is being provided. Cultural competence is that understanding of diversity, inclusion, and equity. And so effective group leaders and facilitation recognize that there's going to be cultural differences and create inclusive environments where members and clients feel respected. Social workers must examine their own biases while honoring diverse perspectives and experiences. So having that overall self-awareness is that reflection, the boundaries and the professionalism throughout your social work practice. And so it's very ethical for group leadership, skills to be facilitated with these leading components. Social workers will monitor personal values, maintain professional boundaries, and avoid allowing personal beliefs interfere with the client-centered practice. So today's practice group, they're in person, virtual, and hybrid. So technology has expanded group practice through telehealth, virtual support groups, online services that improve accessibility while requiring social workers to carefully address confidentiality, informed consent, and technological competence. And the key takeaways are that history matters, evidence matters, ethics matters. So three major components that are going to be the focal point for practice in social work. And so that is going to be that leading influence in today's interventions. So evidence supports both tasks and treatment groups when they are matched to meet the client's needs and when they are provided that they are facilitated ethically. For future group work, it's important to continue to evolve through technology, through trauma-informed care, trainings, interdisciplinary collaboration, and cultural responsive practices. So social workers will remain essential in helping communities solve complex social problems. And these are my references for today's presentation and questions and answers. And thank you so much.